Statesman Nation. We're here with Jaymee Highcock as we preview the 2018 women's soccer season. Coach Highcock's entering his second year, so he's got this all figured out. He knows exactly what's going on the women's side and how to win a national championship by now, right?
Exactly.
All right. Well, you got a scrimmage under the belt, so that helps. You guys have seen a little bit of what the ladies have out there, but let's recap first off your first year. Heading the women's program. Talk about 2017 and how that all went.
It was a very good season. Maybe better than we expected. I remember from the previous coach, always one of the goals was to have a winning record, and I think that was the first time in a large amount of years.
Yeah, since 05.
Yeah, that they've had that. So to get that on the first attempt was obviously was a great achievement, and it was credit to the girls. Really, they brought into the system and the style, because it wasn't always the most attractive of soccer, but it was effective as it showed. So it's a credit to them and to the staff, really, for them all to win that many games. But yeah, it's a case of building on that now.
Right. Yeah, and talking about building, it's I don't want to say per se it's always got a bad connotation, but rebuilding kind of, because you lost a lot of talent from last year, and then unfortunately some injuries too that you were having to overcome coming into this year. But you guys did a really stellar job getting a lot of new kids in. So talk just briefly on the recruiting side of things since the end of last year.
Yeah, I mean, we were actually lucky enough last season. We had a few girls that were on the roster that weren't eligible. So they are now eligible, so they're almost additionally new players. We found a good niche of players in Utah, from the Salt Lake City area mainly.
Right.
And they've stepped in to do good things. We've got a few new girls in from Kansas City. We spotted a few girls out of Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada as well, and they've come in and done well. So I think we've actually got a better group of players now. You did touch on, I think we lost a lot of players, and I think we've recruited better depth in players now. I think we can maybe have some more effective substitutes coming on, and we definitely have more options in picking our roster now. Obviously, we have had a few injuries, but other people, it's their opportunity to step up. And we knew about these injuries and other issues in the summer that we tried addressing it then to make us prepared for the situation now. And you're right, we had a scrimmage the other day, and it went pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. I guess let's get right into talking about this group that you have here. Wherever you want to start. If you want to start from the back as a goalkeepers, you want to start from the forwards. You go ahead.
Always back to front, being a defensive minded coach.
Right.
We start at the back and work our way forward,
right.
just like in pre-season.
That's right.
So starting with goalkeepers, we've got two goalkeepers battling out for number one. Addison Bloom from Newton, and then Haley Brothers from Kansas City, Missouri. So they're battling it out at the moment, and we've got a goalkeeper coach working with them now, and I think that every week I'm seeing improvements, but maybe every day almost at the moment. They're adjusting to the college system, so they're doing well. At the back, obviously, Laura's returning, Cartwright, and then Kathy Niles has come in, and Emily Brockett. Two new defenders doing pretty well. Justine's obviously there. She's building on her solid season last year and improving. So that's getting into some of the defensive side of things.
I'll stop you just for a second. With the loss of Riley, that's a huge loss. You get an all-conference keeper, Riley Ludwig, and then now you're looking at two freshmen. Yeah. Basically, so that has been. I mean, I know you guys are able to work through it a little bit in the scrimmage and see what you have, but pleasantly surprised that they're ready to go.
Yeah.
And that they're like, hey, this is what we have, so we got to work with it. And
and I think with them being a freshman, they're young and fearless almost.
Right.
So there is that aspect, and one thing we've always, and especially me, being a coach, is if the freshman's about to play, the freshman plays. I've never really bought into the whole you're a senior, you should play. Now Riley's obviously a big miss, but like I said, I talked to the two girls. Addison comes to our camp in the summer. And I met with Haley in Kansas City this summer, and I told them the issue that was coming. So they prepared themselves well, and it is going to be a process, but it's an opportunity for them to come in and play. And I think because we're almost stronger and better higher up the field, that I don't think they should see as much action as maybe Riley did last season. And wish Riley well in our recovery, and she's planning to come back maybe next year. So it should be good now, and then be good for the future
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. Yeah, building them up. I mean, no reason not to. If you have the opportunity, throw them into the fire and see if they can, or throw them in the water and see if they can swim. I shouldn't say throw them in the fire and see if they can survive. You don't want to that way. But okay, so you got the middle, or you me all the way up to the middle now.
Yeah. So in the midfield, we've got Anna Matthew and Tori Tinio, who were here last year. Very, very good players. Two, very strong players that were here, are eligible now, and they'll be occupying some of the midfield positions. We've got two girls from Salt Lake City, Utah, Maddie Graham and Isabella Parami. They know each other from out there, and we spotted them. We found one in San Diego playing in a JUCO showcase. No, sorry, just playing in a college showcase there. And then Maddie, we've been working with her dad's club in Utah as well, and I'm sure Tim would like a shout out on this. Tim Graham, her dad, he's a great guy, and he's doing great things to the program off the field. So those two have come in and done well. We've got Brittany Severson, a girl from Omaha, who's doing well, and then Nikki Lancaster from Kansas City, who I coached when she was 12 years old, and now she's playing for me in college, which is a really cool. Interesting experience, but really cool. Yeah, you're right. Seeing her from 12 to now 18 years old playing for me is great. And then obviously got Ashley Broker, who who does a really good job. Probably our most improved player since I've been here. She's doing fantastic. And then there's other girls. We've got a girl, Lily, coming in from Colorado, who's doing well. And I'm maybe missing others, but I'm just saying that these girls are performing well in preseason at the moment and taking an opportunity, so to speak.
Yeah, and then up top, I wouldn't say just the goal scorers, but your strikers, people that hopefully will put the ball in the net as much as possible, so to alleviate some of the pressure in the back.
You've got obviously Hannah Baker's returning from injury. She was unfortunate last year with that, and she's doing well. Lexi Benedict's looking a lot sharper than what she did last season, and then obviously you got Renice. Arguably the most of probably one of the best women's soccer players I've ever coached. She's offensive MVP, newcomer of the conference. Her stats and being an All-American. I think that's one of the first All-Americans that the school's had in.
Yeah, since 04, so yeah.
So she's returning and she's looking sharp as ever, and we're expecting big things from all of them. And the key is just to put any of the players that I've discussed today onto the field, and there's others that I've missed. Put the best players on the field to ultimately try and win whatever game.
Right, definitely, and obviously, with at any time. Staying healthy is going to be a major key. What other things are you guys looking at that, if this and this and this go right, this will be a successful year?
I think our defensive shape needs to be right. I think we need to build on the foundation from last season and where we played and improved it. Maybe, adjust our line of confrontation on the soccer field and play higher up the field. So I think that will determine our success, because we don't want to allow a large amount of shots like last year to the goal, even though we had a good goalie in the system. So I think that will carry out how successful we'll be, is how higher we run up the ball up the field. But yeah, it's just getting the new girls to click, to buy into the system of how I just said that we want to play, and and ultimately taking your chances. We do have match winners in our team, maybe more than we've ever had. So I do think that there is no reason why we shouldn't win more games than last year, but I don't want to put pressure on myself. I don't want to put pressure on. Well, I'll put pressure on myself. I don't want to put pressure on the team necessarily, but they know the responsibilities, and that's what we're aiming to do.
Definitely. Schedule-wise, non-conference, obviously you have a handful of games out there that'll prepare you for the always tough, hard schedule. But let's talk about just that non-conference side for a second, and how you hope that that's going to prepare you for a pretty grueling conference slate.
I think we've got the right balance. I think we've got some teams maybe on the schedule this year which we don't really know what we're going to get.
Right.
We go to Avila. They've got a new coach, so I think they're going to be better. We go to Robert Morris. Now, they used to be traditionally very good, but there's a reason why they're not. But I don't know what. So I'm a bit. Don't know where we got. St. Ambrose girls are very good, so we play them. Hannibal LaGrange, they're building a program there, so we and that's just a few. I'm not really sure which will be good, and I think it'll be a good test for our girls to see how we are, because obviously when conference comes around, we know every game's going to be tough, and it's going to be a challenge to beat those same teams again that we beat in conference last year.
Definitely. Switching gears to talk about the conference season, you got the likes of Benedictine that I think they went to the semifinals.
They went to the final.
Yeah, sorry. shows how much I
Yeah,
remember
no.
from a year ago. But I mean, you have Benedictine's a strong program, and then I mean,
Central
so many
Methodist,
other
yeah,
Central
they're very
Methodists
good,
won
yeah.
the league. You know, Mid-American Nazarene's not bad. Baker's not bad.
Yeah.
You know, likes of Grandview, you've got the likes of
Exactly.
Graceland can hold their own. Mount Mercy was a little bit improved
Yeah,
from
they-
where they
yeah,
are
they
and
are,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, again, just like you said, every match is going to be difficult. But I guess in your own mind, you know, who are the top teams? How do we fit into that picture?
I think your top teams are Central Methodist and Benedictine. And then, you know, I think you're looking at Graceland there. You know, they'll be very strong. I know the coach there, and I've seen some of the recruits he's got. They'll be a lot better again. And then you've obviously got that next pool of Mid-America and Baker, and, you know, and Missouri Valley.
Right.
And, you know, and I'm saying from that's there to there. And when you say, that obviously they're the levels, you know, when we beat Missouri Valley, we
Exactly.
beat Mid-America, we tied with Baker.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're just about getting there.
Right.
It's more the games in and around us that we need to really take care of. You maybe
Yeah.
your Culver Stocktons, your Mount Mercies, and those sort of teams to perform better with. I think that's
Right.
more of our focus, because if we beat some of them and then maybe nick the results like we did, there's no reason for us to finish higher up in the conference.
Yeah, exactly. Be in a position where maybe you're in the top four all
Yeah.
of a sudden, and then you're getting, just because of how tough the conference is, then you're getting a lot of national recognition, consideration, etc. So, again, kind of put a whole bow on this whole season as we're looking into it. So,
Yeah.
putting an early bow on, just to put another bow on later. But you know, talking about what this team is capable of. I know you kind of already said it, but reiterate the importance of trying to get these new players in and getting everybody to click, and hopefully, you know, again, you don't have to put a lot of pressure on your freshman keepers, that all of that, but I guess just reiterate again what it's gonna take for you guys to be where you want to be.
We know we've got to take it game by game. That's certainly the thing, and I certainly want to beat the teams that we should beat. Okay, if we're the so-called favourites going into the game, I want to make sure that we win those
Take care
games.
of them.
You know, we are in a little bit of an awkward stage because we did have a good season last year, so we were right at that bubble between maybe going up to a whole new level, and obviously, but we need to fight to stay at the level we're on. So it's really quite you know, a strange position to be in right now, if I'm honest. But it's credit to the girls. I mean, it's all positive things. Yeah, just getting the girls to buy into it game by game, and you know, maybe adjusting to we play for certain oppositions, and then seeing what comes of it. But we're positive, we're happy. I think we've got more match winners than last season, so maybe we don't have, you know, we're missing a few of the defensive cogs that we had last year, but I think we've got 2 or 3 more match winners now than we didn't have last season, which should make us score more goals and be more effective in the attack, which should hopefully make us win more games and get to where we want to be.
That's the idea. You only have to
That's
score
the-
one more
yeah,
goal.
exactly.
So however it's going to come around. All right. Well, best of luck. You guys already had that one scrimmage. You got another one coming up, and then you know, attack the season next Wednesday on the 22nd against Waldorf. So
Yeah.
everybody can check out Statesman. Everybody in Statesman Nation can check out Coach Highcock's men and women that night, for that matter, against Waldorf. So best of luck, Coach, as we're moving forward here. We'll definitely keep tabs on you.
Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wade.